Hello friends. I am Robin with Zimmies Simple Designs. I am over on Christina with the Rest Cover Cottage by Christina, her page today. All right, guys, I will be doing one of Christina's wood kits today. And yeah, we're all kind of taking turns going live on her page. All of us affiliates. And I am one of them. But it's like this little primitive sign. I have stained all the pieces. I'm going to Mod Podge. I just thought for something different, I'm going to Mod Podge this mulberry paper on this pumpkin. And I got this whole package of mulberry paper, and I love the color of it. I love how it looks. It gives some texture, and yeah. I'm not going to paint it. I'm going to leave it this color. Hi, Gail. But I got this off of Amazon. I don't remember how much it was, but yeah. I think it was a little pricey, but you get a lot. I think there's like, let me see if it tells me in here how many sheets are in here. No, it does not. But I want to say there's at least 100 sheets of mulberry paper came in this. I will probably never use all of it. So, but I thought it was really different, really fun. We are going to do a little bit of painting though. As you can see, this is what it comes looking like when you get your wood kit. I did not stain the back because it's going to be, you know, glued in this board. Now I did stain the back of this to give it a finished look. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these two. I think I'm going to glue these two. I'm debating whether I want to glue them together or not. And then this, of course, gets glued on here. I think I'll wait. I think I'll wait and glue it at the end. But the only two of these pieces, I'm going to set this out of the way. But I am going to do some painting and some distressing. So I'm going to set the pumpkin aside for a moment. And we're going to paint the backer because I want the pumpkin to pop. So we're going to paint it in this frame. I'm going to paint an angel. And all of the chalk paints I'm using are from Nicole with a Frayed Knot. I am an affiliate too with her as well. So, but I love her chalk paints. So all the colors I'm using are from her. She has her own chalk paint line. So we're going to get, and I am going to do a little distressing. We're going to get the wax out, of course. I will do some. Yeah, I know you can. Yeah, I have some white that I've printed on. I have printed on mulberry paper. I use, rather than tape artists, I use spray adhesive. I use it on spray adhesive on my printer paper, and then attach my mulberry paper to it, run it through, and it will peel right off. So there's that option too. But yeah, I have printed on mulberry paper, and it gives a really unique look. So we're going to paint this. And of course, I was in Dollar Tree on Sunday. And do you think I would have remembered to look for a sponge? You know, one of the sponge automotive shop, what are they? Sponges for, you know, washing your car. That a lot of the creators, or even makeup sponges, do you think I would look for them? No. So we're using a paintbrush. And I'm going to try my best not to get it on the edge, because I like that burnt edge. So everybody having a good day. It is cloudy here, but it is warm. Don't go off of what I have on. Yes, I do have a sweater on, but it is, I think, in the 80s here. But I'm not, I think I'm coming down with a cold, so I think that's why I got cold and I can't get warm. So thank you all for being here today. I know not too many people are here, but that's okay. That's okay. You guys are here, and that's what's important, right? I may have confused some people, you know, because I went live in on somebody else's page. Hi, Cheryl. I am in Fort Dodge, Iowa, but I think it's supposed to get up to like 85 today. So I'm sure at some point I will shed the sweater. I'm hoping. I am hoping. But we had Christina and I were on the phone for probably 20 minutes trying to get this worked out so I could go live. We almost thought we were going to have to cancel because we couldn't get it figured out. I got a hair in my paint, so I'm trying to get it off, guys. Just what I didn't need. Paint. It's supposed to get really smoky here. It's headed our way. And it's really hard to tell here today if it is or not because it's overcast. But I know our weatherman was saying that we were going to get some of that smoke. I feel for everybody that's dealing with those fires. My prayers and my heart goes out to you guys. I have been there. I lived in a location before we lived here. I lived where we had to be evacuated due to forest fires. So I can greatly sympathize with California, and yeah. All right, so we got that part done. I'm gonna move it kind of out of the way, and I'm gonna paint this frame part. We're gonna put that in there because I do have a sponge that I can use for this. I think I have a smaller one here. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna use this sponge for this frame. You're in a sweatshirt today, artist? It's only 68 there. Is it going to get any warmer there today? Or is that going to be your high? Tomorrow, I think we're supposed to be close to 90. Hey, Sandy, how are you? How is Sandy doing? Sandy actually is from my neck of the woods, where I'm originally from, Arizona. I'm sure it's warm there. 74 is going to be your high. Working and watching. Well, don't get in trouble. We won't tell anybody. Shh. I won't tell anybody. 70 and rain tomorrow. Well, there's no rain here in the forecast for us for a while. Not for a while. And I'm not getting like coverage. I mean, I'm getting it painted, but you can still see the wood through that, which is fine because I'm going to distress this. So now we got that done. Hey, Jamie, how are you? How's Jamie today? Hope you're doing good. All right, I'm gonna scoop this paint back up because I don't want to waste it. I guess there wasn't as much as I thought. Hey, there's Miss Christina. There she is. So I'm gonna dry this really quick because I don't have any really place to move it out of the way. And I've got my, gator sander out. And we're gonna move that there, and we're gonna get this out of the way. This is a really cute kit. I liked it. Well, I thought it was one of her, all of her wood kits are cute. I love her surfaces too. She now she offers a lot of just surfaces to create with, and I just love them. All right, so that's dry. So we're gonna move that out of the way. So I'm gonna paint the rest of these pieces. And we're gonna use cactus for the leaves. Yeah, they're nice kits. They are very nice kits that she has. I enjoy working with them. And she has some really unique wood kits. Some different ones, you know, than what others have, I think. All right, I don't know if I have another. Hi, Gwen, how are you? I'm good. How are you today? I am doing good. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough. And I wanted to paint my tag. And as you can see, I had already, yes, I'm gonna paint this tag, but I got this ribbon on here to see if it would go through the hole. And I thought, I'm leaving it in there and I'll paint around it, because sure as I took it out, there was no way I was getting it back on there. So I just cut a piece. Do you guys ever do that? I was checking to see if it would fit. Thank you for sprinkling. Checking to see if it would fit. And I got it in there and I thought, sure as I take it out, I'll never get it back in there. So I thought, I'm just gonna leave it. Oh my. I thought, I'll figure out how to paint around it. So we're painting our two little leaves, this cactus. That go with this. And let me see, let me clean this. How did I get it through the tiny hole, Gwen? Well, I just kind of twisted it and got it through there. This one's on your wish list, Jamie. I twisted it and just hope for the best. Pretty much is what I did, Gwen. I really wasn't sure it would go through there. I was really kind of surprised. Yeah, so I got lucky, I think. If you want to know the honest truth, I got very lucky. All right. So now we're going to paint our little crow. And I will need my glasses so I can see the little line. think, let's see, we're going to paint him Crazy Crow. And his little beak gold nugget, and then I will dot his little eye. So, and I love Crazy Crow. I just like it's not a deep black, it's kind of a vintage black. So I use it a lot. And that's probably more than enough. And I will paint the stem on the pumpkin. We're going to be careful. I'm just going to kind of draw a line where I think his beak's going to go. Oh, well, hey, there, you know, paint's not cheap. And there's no reason wasting it, you know? That's what I've always done it. Okay. So there's that. I think I got it. I think I'm going to come in just a little bit more. I do have my windows open. I know that's kind of crazy. I have a sweater on and the windows open, but you know, like I said, it's, you know, it is cooling down here at night because there's no humidity. That is kind of, hey Peggy, how are you? That is kind of the nice thing about this time of the year. There's not, usually don't deal with a lot of humidity here in Iowa. So that's nice. Yes, the fresh air is always nice. I like any chance I get, I like having my windows open because I have to have them closed 8 months out of the year. So any chance I get, I like to have my windows open. And we're using gold nugget on his beak. And that's far from a straight line, but it is what it is. So we'll get all these pieces, and like I said, I am going to, Gwen, I think the last time I checked it was 80. Don't, like I said, don't go by me. I'm coming down with a cold, and so I think that's why I got chilled, and I was like I couldn't get warm. I am starting to warm up finally, so. And on this little tag, I know you can't see it, but engraved in here it says harvest time. And if I can, I'm going to try and write that in here. But I don't know. But I wanted to paint this the same color as the other, the angel, and I forgot. So we're going to paint this up real quick. And then I will, like I said, I will paint the stem after we get, after I get the mulberry paper on. I think I want this little brush I was just using. My husband, my poor husband, has been busy for 2 days, has been to Menards, I don't know how many times, getting wood for kits I sold over the weekend. But we're featuring Miss Christina's wood kits today. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of paint around this. And I might be able to see the words better when I get it painted this lighter color. And I don't know, the kids are out on the playground right now. It's recess time. It may have even been lunch. No, it's too late for lunch. I was hoping to not have to pour any more out, but I think I'm going to have to. Maybe not. Well, I'll make it work. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to sand it all anyway, so to give it a little distressing. All right, perfect. We got it. Oh, okay. I'll try and remember that next time, Vicki. Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the tip. I can see it a little better now that I got it painted. Okay, so now we got everything painted. So I'm going to move this, my paint palette, out of the way. And I'm going to move this paper down here on the floor. All right. So we're going to bring the pumpkin part over here. And because this is brown, I'm not gonna paint this. I'm just gonna Mod Podge this mulberry paper on here because I think it'll be fine. Hi, Carolyn. Welcome. And I got my Mod Podge. Like I said, I just wanted something different and unique. Oh, it got quiet. All right. Brush. Get me a brush and we will Mod Podge this on here. I'm just going to do a little at a time. Lately I've been getting a little overzealous with the Mod Podge. And I'm just going to kind of guess here about where I want my stem to end on here. And then I'll kind of trim that mulberry paper. I was watching a few other creators this morning and working on some projects I needed to finish up, and then I had another project I had to do and finished my laundry that I started on Sunday. Yep, there I go, getting a little crazy with the Mod Podge. I did get it done. Hey Denise, how are you? All right. Okay. It was a little bit of a rough morning, but I made it through. My grandson already called this morning, and he was all dressed in a T-Rex costume. That's why he called, because he was, as he put it, I'm dressed in my favorite dinosaur. He was ready for Halloween already. He's getting ready to start preschool. And he already got his first packet of lessons. So he had to tell me about that. But then he wanted to talk to Papa. So I wasn't like, he didn't talk to me very long. Which was fine. Sometimes he wants to talk to me, and sometimes he wants to talk to his Papa. So, just depends on the day. All right, we're going to get this on. And I like working with, I love the texture of mulberry paper. And it's pretty easy to work with. Oh, you did, Carolyn? I thought it was a cute kit. I did the other one, another fall one just the other day. The little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin with the little witch's hat. That one was cute too. Like I said, most of her wood kits are really cute. And I've used one of her surfaces, and I hope to get some more of her surfaces because they're really nice. Very nice. All right. Like I said, I'm going to trim this up here after we get this sanded. So I'm going to dry this, and then we'll sand the excess off. I don't need that anymore. I better put it in the water. I'm stuck. We're stuck. So most of you guys, I'm sure, have ordered wood kits from her. And we're all, yes, I sure can. I sure can. It's just behind me, so I will get it out and show you, Carolyn. I like that, how you can see that kind of like the wood grain behind it. I think that's kind of cool. All right, so now I've got my gator sander, and we're going to sand the excess off. And I'm also going to sand all of my other and give it some distressing. I do like distressing my pieces. I like that, vintage. And hello, M&M Craft Supply Emporium, welcome. Yes, they are. They are. And they smell so good. Yes, she does a wonderful job at packaging. I hang on to the tissue paper she wraps them in. And I've even used some of the tissue paper in other projects. She does an amazing job. It's Michael. Oh, okay, Michael. How you doing today? gonna try and be very careful around this. Okay, and I'm gonna take my scissors and trim this. Maybe. And kind of sand that so that, and that's okay. I don't mind that that's a little rustic looking right there. But I think that looks cute, cool. I love that mulberry paper on there. I have a, I got it off of Amazon, Carolyn, is where I got this. All right. One little spot right in there. Yeah, I got mine off of Amazon. I'm sure there's other places, but that's, you know, I just searched mulberry paper, and I can show you again what this is what it looks like, the packaging looks like. And like I said, there's like 100 pieces in here. I was trying to see if there was like a name on here. I can probably go back through my history and get, because it's been a while since I've ordered it. I've also ordered, you're welcome. I know Decoupage Central sells white mulberry paper that I've gotten. That's very nice too. And I've used it. I like it. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and we're going to sand these because I'm going to get them distressed just a little. This is a step you would not have to do. It's just what I like. I like vintage looking and distressed. Decoupage Central is your weakness. It is mine too, Michael. And I'm an affiliate with them as well. And it's like, I have to be careful. I do have to be careful. But I like printables of any kind. Yeah, I think they're fun to work with. There's that. I'm sure I'm going to hear about it from my husband. So did you get your project done? And I'll have to tell him, yes, I did. Because there was no time limit. But I will do my best to hurry and get this done so we're not on here forever. Now I'm burning up. I'm gonna have to take my sweater off. I think I finally got warm. there's that one. And let's do this little top. I'm not going to worry too much about the background. Well, actually, maybe I will. Just do a little. You're not going to see the edge, but you will see the center. So I am going to give it just a little distressing. Most of it's going to be covered. So I'm just going to kind of focus on the top part. And through here. And give it. All right. Just gonna Dolly, no. Hi, Abby. How are you today? So that's all I'm gonna do. So we're gonna hey, no. Both of you stop right now. Hey. Sorry, guys. I don't know what they're barking at, but, well, I know one's up in the chair, my husband's chair, looking out the window. Dolly, no, lay down and be good. I think what they're hearing is my husband outside. How you been, Miss Abby? Okay. So we'll brush all these off. Ouch. I got a sliver. But that's what happens when you work with wood, right? All right. I'm just going to kind of brush that and these off, and then I'll clean my spot here. Oh, I need to do my stem on my pumpkin real quick. So we'll do that real quick and fudgesicle, and I'll sand that, and then we can start putting it together. And this is just a dark brown we're gonna do real quick like. Thank you for sprinkling, Abby. Appreciate it. You guys, thank you for popping in. Yes, I am on Christina's page. I'm Robin with Zimmies Simple Designs. And I am one of Christina's affiliates. And we're all taking turns going live, featuring one of her wood kits on her page. I think I'm going to be on here again later in the month, doing another one of her wood kits. All right, there we go. And it all kinds of, we'll dry that real quick. All right, my sander again. Be very careful around this. There we go. Okay. Now we will put it together. And I'm gonna add a little bit, like I added the little lace ribbon or ribbon. But other than that, oh shoot, I didn't grab my doggone it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, so as you can see, a lot of this is gonna be covered. I really wanted some more distressing. I maybe should have chippied this. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I maybe should have chippied my board. That's okay. Okay, so before I put it together, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to use my Bare Dark Wax, and we're going to go around and give it some more distressing. And like I said, this is also another step you would not have to do. I just like it. Just adds a little, you know, to me, I like that vintage look. And of course now the sun's going to come out. And I apologize for the glare. Hopefully you guys can see better than I can. This time of the year, this time of the day for me is not always. I was hoping I was going to be safe today because it being overcast, but obviously not. Okay. We're going to go around, and I'm going to add this around. I do like the texture this mulberry paper gives this little pumpkin. My brush, I'm losing bristles off my brush. I think Angie did this kit, and you can see the picture of it on Christina's website. So you'll get to see a couple of different versions. But there are so many ways you could do this. You sew in. Hey Cheryl, how are you? You could do it whimsical. You could, you know, really have fun with this. And we're going to go around this. I'm going to move this out of the way. Sorry, guys. I'm doing good. I'm doing very well, other than coming down with a cold, but you know, it is what it is, right? I think I'll take the cold over COVID though. I've not had COVID, but the flu's was enough. I've had the flu and that's enough. Oh. All right, and we're gonna go around this frame. Oh, I wanna go around this. You won't be able to see it much, but it does give it just a little different look. Does anybody know what they're having for dinner tonight? We're gonna have brats. I put them in our air fryer. They turn out really good. And then I'm gonna make a pasta salad, I think, to go with it. And I was supposed to check my freezer. I may have some sweet corn in there. I cut 2 cantaloupes last night for my husband. So he's got a huge bowl of cantaloupe out in his shop. Tacos. Well, of course, it's Tuesday, right? It's what everybody has in Arizona on Tuesday, right, Sandy? Tacos. Aww. One of the things that my husband and I miss are the ability to get hatch green chilies. Del Taco has 3 for Well, there you go. There you go. How can you beat it, right? You couldn't make tacos at home for that. Okay, so we got that. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with this. Where did my leaves go? My little sign here. We'll get these done up. How can you beat it? A lot of restaurants too will do happy hour on Tuesdays where you can get tacos really cheap. We don't get very good oh, so take out from somewhere. There you go, Jamie. Okay, so everything except for the wording on our tag is done. So now we can get it put together. So This is kind of a tight fit, but I'm gonna start with this frame, this part of the frame first. And we're gonna get it glued down. And I'm gonna use my stick fast for all of this. And we will get it put together. So this goes down, and then the white piece goes down on top of it that I painted. And I'm gonna stand this up and line it up, make sure it's all even. Okay. Probably have a salad from the Chick-fil-A. We're getting a Chick-fil-A here where I live. My husband isn't all that impressed. But he's not a chicken person. Okay. Okay, there we go. We got it. So it fit. Hey, Andrina. Hi, Agnes. Okay, so there's that. And now this will go here, but I'm gonna fit, this is the top frame piece. So we're gonna get that on. It is cloudy. It's just cloudy today. It's in the 80s here. Today, yeah, but just overcast. No rain, just overcast. So now we got that piece. Then our little leaves. This little funny, this kind of interesting looking one goes right down like this, right in here. Like that. And then your other little leaf goes right here. And of course you've got your other piece, which I'm gonna put on. Hey Shay, hey Renee, how are you? Oops. I'm gonna hold this a minute just because I want to make sure it sticks to that rice paper or mulberry paper. Hope you're all doing good. that's good. So then your other leaf, like I said, goes on top, right here, fits right in here. I may have to, I wonder if I can get that little tip down in there. That's kind of lifting. Oops. I think I'm gonna need more on that mulberry paper. It's not wanting to stick very well. The mulberry paper is absorbing the glue. So I may have to get my little wood clamps so that that stays. Maybe if I hold it a minute. Is it warm there in Texas today, Andrina? Oh, now it's sticking. There it goes. And your little crow goes down here, but I meant to grab my Excelsior. I was going to add some Excelsior. But on here, like I said, it says harvest time. I'm going to clean that off. And I have, it's chilly in the mornings, but okay. I have one of these paint pens, and then I got to do his little eye. And I'm gonna, still hot in the afternoons. We're gonna write that in here, hopefully. There. So there's our harvest time. And it is engraved on there. Becky gave me a tip, so I'll know for next time. I'm gonna dry this because I may take my sander, my fine, I won't take my Gator sander because it's got 80 grit on it, but I've got one that's for like fine, that's a bigger grit. But let's put our little dot over our eye. Because to kind of tone that down. And like I said, I put this little ribbon on here. And I don't think I've cut it long enough for me to tie it, but I'm gonna try. And this ribbon is from Hobby Lobby in the fall section. It's pretty, it's cute ribbon. Hey, looky there. I was able to tie it. Boy, I got lucky twice today. I got lucky getting it in that little teeny tiny hole, and I got lucky tying it. Okay. And I was thinking, I don't know. I thought maybe I'd add just a few of these little berries. But let me real quick grab my Excelsior, because I do want to put some Excelsior down underneath the hem. But let's get his eye on. And I'm just going to use the back of a paintbrush. For his eye. Yeah, Abby, it's a really cute kit. I will put my link for this kit in the comments, or I can put it in here probably again. No, it's too late. But I will put it in the comments of the video. But it is a really cute kit. Let me get the Excelsior, because I wanted to add another little bring just some more texture to it. Not a whole lot. Just right here. Like a little nest. Oops. Do this without burning my fingers off. Right down there. Oop. And we'll glue that down. This does make a mess, but I don't think it's as messy as Spanish moss. Holding this down. So I don't know, like I said, I was thinking a couple of little beads. Hey, Peg. How are you today? Let's see if I like this. I'm gonna clip off some of these. Oop. And they go flying. that back on there. Oh, well, maybe. It's a bad thing about these little things. They don't, you cut them like that and they tend to fall apart. But that's what hot glue is for, right? Right? Hot glue fixes everything. You know, like men, they say duct tape fixes everything. For us, hot glue fixes everything. All right. Maybe just, I'm thinking just like this. Yeah. Thank you, Christine. And I'm gonna stand up so I can see if I can do this. Oh, it fell off again. We got it. And we'll just do that. Okay, and I'm gonna get my other little sander, and I'm gonna lightly, just lightly, it's kind of smearing, so I'm not gonna do any more. And I'm gonna take just and put a little dab, oops, hot glue to hold that tag in place. Tug on it. All right. I think it turned out really cute. But there it is. I like using textures. And yeah, this was so fun. They're all fun little crafts. I think that I had fun with all her little wood kits. This is the other one of her fall ones I did. Now, the kit is just this. The little jack-o'-lantern, pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. I put it on the board and added the embellishments to make it a hanger. But that's the other one I did of hers. And I thought it turned out really cute. Anyway, I won't keep you guys any longer. Thank you all for being here and spending some time with me today. You guys have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. Bye.